Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me again. Today's subject matter is an upcoming Netflix show which is due to be released at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, UK time, 9 o'clock our time. It is called Can I Tell You a Secret? And it is the story of Matthew Hardy. Matthew is currently in prison serving a 9-year prison sentence for being an online troll. Now, as you all know, me and my family and Trevor Cult have had issues with trolls. Now, the reason I'm speaking about this particular story is because I know Matthew's mother. She approached me, we've been in touch for about a year. She approached me because of this YouTube channel, because I have a YouTube channel, and because she knows that me and my family have been through similar media stories. Not same subject matter, but we've been interacting with the media in the past. And I see that because the story is, that the Netflix thing, it's a two-part, is going to be released tomorrow, that the makers, which I believe is Louis Theroux and his wife, have done like a press statement which is pumped out, Daily Mail, you know, boom, 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 Guardian, it's in all the papers, it's everywhere this morning, which she's been aware of and has been dreading. She has not wanted to participate in this documentary because she felt it would be one-dimensional and one-sided. And on the face of things, I suspect many people having been trolled, myself included, I mean, we have been trolled to hell and back by certain people, there'd be very little sympathy or understanding. But the problem is, trolling is a societal problem. It's something we all have to deal with together. There are teenagers who can't cope and commit suicide because of trolls. There are people like Matthew languishing in prison because of trolling activity. Now, I can say this hand on my heart. I have never set up an anonymous account and trolled anybody on the internet. And there's a reason. It's because I'm a big mouth. I always have been. If I've got some shit to say to someone, I say it as me. Hello, I'm Fiona and I think you're a blah, blah, blah. Or F you, or whatever. It's gotten me into a lot of trouble. I suppose I should really have gone anonymous in the past and then they weren't sure who I was, but I don't like that. I think that's sneaky, beaky, snidey, really snide. But that's what a lot of people do. Those people don't get arrested, they don't go to prison. Huge swathes of the population troll. Like things that are mean, that are cruel. I know it for a fact. I see it every day on the internet. And trolling has many different levels. So people might make mean comments under an anonymous name, thinking, oh, I'm a school teacher, or I'm a police officer, or I'm a judge, or I'm a doctor. And if people would be shocked that I would say shit like that on the internet. So they don't necessarily dedicate their trolling time to harassing one individual or a group of individuals, but that is a form of trolling. And then I see on the Daily Mail comments, oh, all the Mother Teresas who've never trolled apparently, and yet I see spicy comments on the Daily Mail. I see cruel, wicked comments on the Daily Mail, but they don't consider that trolling. So this is a societal problem as I see it. And I am aware of the backstory of Matthew Hardy. Now, of course, the programme hasn't come out yet, has it? I wonder if the Theroux family, who made this thing, have included the story about Matthew Hardy being kidnapped by a couple of people associated to some victims. He was manhandled off the street, sat in a warehouse, and they videoed him, and then they put that video on Facebook. Are the Daily Mail aware of that part? Are the Therouxs even aware of that part? Are they aware that perhaps there was trolling back of Matthew, shall we say? Are they aware of a laughing and giggling that was apparently going on in the court's cafeteria where everybody was having a lovely time with the lead police officer. And then when they went into court, the Meghan Markle tears came on, which is why this lady, Matthew's mother, started following me and other channels like it in the first place, because she recognised behaviour of Meghan Markle and the crocodile tears. So there's a lot more to this story. Now, the reason I'm doing this video today is really a shot across the bows for perhaps the Daily Mail, the Guardian newspaper, other publications that think this is a one-dimensional story. Matthew Hardy is the bogeyman. He's the bad guy. He's a kid who grew up around social media. He's somebody who does have autism. I wonder if they'll mention that. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I may seem a very unlikely person to be defending someone like Matthew Hardy, but it's because I'd like trolling as a whole to stop for everybody, everywhere on planet Earth. And I don't believe in witch hunts and jumping on bandwagons and creating people as the bogeyman that everybody must go and attack. I would much prefer that society as a whole sat back and thought, have I ever said anything shitty on the internet that I probably shouldn't have? Have I ever stoked things up when I probably shouldn't have? Is it right to hand out these elongated prison sentences, which really are counterproductive, trust me. I've seen it from both sides. Would it be a good idea for trolls today to look at Matthew's story and think, oh my God, yes, it is illegal, and yes, I can go to prison? Now, the person behind the Atalanta, hate to bang on about that, I swear to God, if and when that man is in court, if I get my day in court, and the judge says, what do you reckon? Great big long sentence or a year? I would vote for a year. Short, sharp, shock. Learn the lesson. It's illegal. Don't do it again. It seems to me also that in Matthew's story, there were a cacophony of police failures. Now, I'm happy to say that in our recent instance, the police and their methods do seem to have improved somewhat. But a lot of the time I hear the same thing, that police give this sort of advice. Delete your social media and change your phone number. That's the advice. Oh, right, okay. So when police officers say, we don't want our officers stabbed, attacked or harassed, just don't send them out there. I tell you what, change your job. Don't be a police officer, because that's really good advice, isn't it? No, that's stupid advice. Or a way of avoiding getting murdered. Never leave the house. Cut your phone off. Don't live your life. Wrap yourself up in cotton wool and stay inside until the day you die. No, police, that is not good advice. It's not helpful advice. Certainly hasn't helped Matthew or his victims. 10 years this was going on. This is a huge subject, and as you can see, something I'm hugely passionate about. I do hope that Louis Theroux and his wife have dealt with this sensitively and have included the fact that Matthew was kidnapped by people associated with the victims, who then bragged about it on Facebook and posted a video of an autistic kid sitting in a chair, shitting himself, with two guys bearing down on him. I do hope and I look forward to seeing that part, so that they're showing both sides of the story. It's called balanced journalism. But oh, whoopsie doodle if they haven't. Matthew's mother has every right to reply, and the reason she approached me is because she didn't trust the journalists. We all know they put their own spin on it, don't we, Ellie Hall? Remember Yankee Wally? That's what journalists do from newspapers. They approach people, the subject matter, and say, we'll give you your right to reply, but it never really is like that. They never really include the inconvenient bits. Example, our story, they always referred to Graham as a drug smuggler. Yes, Graham was convicted of smuggling drugs about 100 years ago. Cannabis slab. But they don't say that. They say drugs, because then the public could imagine it's cocaine, it's heroin, it's something much worse. They put their spin. And Matthew's mother has been aware of that from the beginning. And I have told her I will give her a voice. I will give her a platform here on my YouTube channel. So woe betide, Theroux. This is an important subject. I hope you've handled it with care. A lot of people are out there being trolled. A lot of people are frightened right now. I hope you're not going to create a bogeyman and terrify other victims. I hope you are going to help the police, all police forces, understand that they can't just hand out advice like change your phone number and come off social media. Basically, stop living your life and then it won't be a problem. I do hope Louis Theroux and his wife have done an excellent job on this, and I look forward to reviewing the programme when it comes out. And if it is not a masterpiece, you will be hearing from Matthew's mother and her side of the story. Thank you very much for listening.